Okay, welcome back. In this lab, we're going to tackle views. Views is central to virtually every Drupal site you would ever build, and views are basically lists of things. So on our little website, we're going to create a view that's going to list all of the research papers on the site, and we'll call it library. So let's go ahead and give that a go. So let's go back to our sandbox. We're going to go to structure, views, and we're going to add a new view. Let's call it library. And we're going to want it to show content. We can show other things, but in this case, we want content of type research papers. So we just want to show research papers here. And I'm going to unsort it for now because we'll sort it by title in a second. And we can create pages and blocks with views. Let's just create a page for this demo. So the page is going to be named library. It's going to display an unformatted list of teasers. There are other formats we could choose, as well as there are modules to add to views to create other formats, such as slideshows, maps, and all sorts of interesting things. We'll give it a pager after 10 items. Let's put it in the menu system in the main navigation menu. And now we can save and edit our view. So we did some pre-configuration for the view, and then this is basically our view definition. So we're creating a page view, unformatted list of teasers, published research papers only. So let's add another filter. So we want people to be able to, when they go to the library, filter by category. So if I search for term, I can say, oh, I want to filter by content has taxonomy term. And we're going to use the paper category vocabulary, and to make it easy, we'll make it a drop down instead of autocomplete, where you'd have to type in the category we're looking for. And then let's expose this filter. A little glitch, I think, here with the beta version of Drupal 8. We're going to expose this filter to end users, and by default we'll have everything selected, so it'll show all research papers. And now down here in our preview, views gives you a nice preview, we can see how it'll work. There's our drop down, and there's the research papers that we have so far. So that's pretty much it. The last thing we want to do is we'll add a sort, because by default we have it unsorted right now. So I'm going to type in title to find the content title, and we'll just sort them by title. We might sort them by publication date to show the latest and greatest first. All sorts of things we can do, but we'll just do it by title and in alphabetical order. And so now that I've created the view, I can see it down here. It's starting with title with A, so that's probably correct. You always have to remember to scroll back up and click the Save button to save the view. Many a person has made changes and forgotten to do that. Luckily, Drupal caches it for a bit, so if you quickly use the back button to get back to your view, and more often than not, you'll be able to save the view. But always try to remember to save the view. So we built our first view. It's a list of research papers with an exposed filter. We put it in the menu system, so there's our library tab. Here's the list of papers, and let's say we just want biology. And the list has grown shorter and is now only showing research papers with biology. I always like to have about last, so we'll just quickly fix that. We'll go over to structure, menus, back to the main navigation menu, and let's just put library right after the home page. And that's it. We've created our first view. We could go edit that view and create a block to put on the home page that would just show the 3 most recent research papers or other interesting views things. But hopefully you get the idea. Views are lists of things, and they're not as intimidating as the user interface might imply. And that's it for this lab.